I think we had a comment about it already, Will. So you've got a fan down there. Your thoughts on Missouri?
Montega.
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri, and they're plus 175 to make the playoff. I asked y'all before, are they really a sleeper? Because those odds are pretty good for them to make the playoff. Their schedule is not very difficult. This is just mentioned. They do have to go to A&M. They get Oklahoma at home, and they have to go to Alabama. So 2 tough road games against 2 really good teams in A&M and Alabama. Their next hardest game will be at home against Oklahoma. But I mean, we all know the SEC is a gauntlet. You can't take any weeks off. I wouldn't call their schedule easy, but I would definitely say it's manageable. I think they can easily get to 9 to 10 wins. I love their offense. I love what they've got coming back. Brady Cook, he threw for over 3,000 yards last year. Luther Burden, that dude, you got to put 2 guys on him at all times. But that's tough because behind him, Theo Weiss and Mookie Cooper both come back. Really like their tight end, Brett Norfleet, that really came on strong at the end of the year as a freshman last year. Running the ball, I think it might be a struggle for him. They lose Cody Schrader, who's the SEC's leading rusher last year. But I like what Eli Drinkwitz did in the transfer portal. Went and got Marcus Carroll from Georgia State and Nate Noel from App State. You're not going to get that production from one guy. Again, I don't think that's asking too much, I think. And I really like those 2 backs. He got 2 of the better running backs in the Sun Belt. They got to replace defensive coordinator. Their new one's Corey Batoon. Bryce, their old DC pretty well now. You're getting to know him pretty well. But they got a lot of production coming back at every position. Like I said, I think this is a team that can win 9 to 10 games and make the playoff.
Also, too, defensively for Missouri, they lose Blake Baker, but they still have Johnny Walker, Christian Williams, Chuck Hicks, Joseph Charleston as veterans on this defense. They bring in Toriano Pride, the transfer from Clemson, who gets to come back home, originally from the St. Louis area. And then you mentioned, I think, and I'm just going to put this out here, I think this is the best wide receiver room in the conference. When you look at, at the top 3 guys, Theo Weiss Jr., Mookie Cooper, and Luther Burden, Will, you mentioned, are you going to be able to double team Luther Burden because of the other 2 guys? I don't know if you are. I don't know. You're going to have to play some man coverage, and I don't know if they can play man coverage. Also, trivia question before I throw it to Ralph and his thoughts on Missouri. Do you know who the backup quarterback is in Missouri?
Is it Sam Horn still?
Drew Pine. Former Notre Dame and I believe Arizona State last season quarterback. So it's always fun. Always fun. Could not be more incorrect. Montega says, I don't know, Bryce. I hate to say it. UGA did bring some studs in. I do agree. I'll say it's top heavy in terms of what Missouri has, but Weiss, Cooper, and Burden in terms of proven guys at their current program. Continuity, I like it a little bit better, but I do agree with you there, Montega. Ralph, your thoughts on Will's SEC sleeper pick?
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree because I think what Will said is true, and I agree with both of y'all saying that this is the best wide receiver room in the SEC. I think in the next few years it's going to be completely different, but you got a veteran group, a good quarterback who has done an incredible year last year. A team, I mean, they were a sleeper team last year that no one even thought of. Missouri came out of nowhere and just started beating people, and no one really expected them to do it. But now we're expecting it, so you're not really getting caught off guard this year. So I like what they did. I like who they brought in to replace Cody Schrader with Marcus Carroll. That's a beast of a running back from Georgia State, man. I tell you, Georgia State's got some pretty talented guys there. Luther Burden,
two of the Sun Belt's best running backs now play at Missouri. We'll put it that way.
And I'll say this: Luther Burden is not just the best receiver in the SEC. I think he's the best receiver in the country. I think returning wise, what he did last year and what he has the ability to do this year, their offense obviously is going to be a high scoring offense, high caliber, and they're a scary team to play no matter who they are or who they're going against. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I like Missouri. I was tempted to not put them as a sleeper because I think Missouri's going to make the playoff potentially anyways. But could they challenge for that SEC championship, appearance? I think they could find themselves. That schedule's very manageable, especially when you look at who Ole Miss has to play, who Georgia has to play, who Texas has to play, all the different programs. Missouri kind of avoids a lot of the big fish. They do play Alabama, But we'll kind of see how it goes.